Okay guys, I'm going to go ahead and go over uploading a head into Mesh Mixer. So I'm going to double click Mesh Mixer to open it, and then I'm going to maximize that screen. I'm going to go to File, I'm going to go to Import. I'm going to import, and then I'm going to go in my Google Drive. I have Michael Jenkins' head. I'm going to go ahead and hit Open. And that's going to start bringing it in. It's going to take a little time. This bar might move slowly or quickly. And you're going to see it comes in, and it might very well be kind of sideways. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange it so that his head fits the isometric well. Because right now you can see the isometric is the front's here. And then the top. I'd like the top to be the top of his head. So I'm going to transform that. I'm going to do so by coming over here and hitting Edit. And let's see, so I'm going to click Edit, and I'm going to go to Transform. Transforms allows me to twist it and move it laterally. I'm going to go to the front view, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab onto that. And I'm going to move it 90 degrees. I kind of like that. 90.25 is acceptable for right now. I could have typed that up there. I'm going to go ahead and grab this arrow here and move it up. I don't think I'm going to go below his shoulders, but I'll go right there for now. I'm going to end up putting his head on there. Now I'd like to go to the top view and having facing the front. If you notice in the front, he's facing off the side. So I want to rotate him around I suppose that would be the y-axis as I look at it. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go to the top view, and then I'm going to twist this one until I feel he is facing forward. That seemed to be about 43 degrees. I'm going to go back and then I'll click on the front view, and I want to rotate him a little bit more. So I'm going to come back up here, and I'm toggling on the navigation cube, but I want to twist it a little bit more. Well, that was too far. Give him a couple more degrees. And then I'm going to take a look. All right, so that's there. So pretty good. You can see I lose a little resolution in his eyes, and the hair seems to confuse a little bit, but that's a good example of how to clean it up. So at this point, bringing it in and transforming it, it's what I want. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Accept. All right. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and clean up, and I'm going to cut his head off at the neck right with the plane that I see here. So on that, I'm going to, staying in the Edit tab, I'm going to go to Plane Cut, and I'm going to move that down to here, and then I'm going to hit Accept. If it cuts off the wrong half, I would simply rotate that plane 180 degrees. That sometimes happens. But I'm going to accept it, and boom. All right, so I might have to clean it up a little bit if I want just neck. You can see I have a little bit of his shoulder yet, and I can always move that up. And I could always rotate that depending on what I'm doing. So I'm going to, without anything in my thoughts, I'm going to keep my options open, and I hit Control Z to go back. I'm going to get just his neck. So I'm going to come over to the right side view, and I'm going to tilt that cutting plane so I can grab his neck and get rid of his shoulder. Again, this makes a big difference on what your end goal is. If you kind of know what you're going to put it on. I have Michael looking up a object right now. I'm going to go ahead and hit Accept. And now I got just his head. Okay, my next move is going to be filling in the problems that were left behind. Okay, so mind you, if it's extreme, there is a point at which I would just get another model. Make no mistake about it, that sometimes happens. But I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to get rid of a couple of flyers here. So first thing I'm going to do is get rid of this little piece here and this little piece, because believe it or not, that'll be trying to print. So that I'm going to change over to my select tool, and I'm going to put it onto lasso mode, and I'm going to get those two bits of flying out there, and then I'm going to hit on the computer keyboard delete, and those will disappear. I'm going to then go back to edit. Let's see. Oh, go to clear selection. All right, I'm going to go to my edit tool, and then I'm going to go back home, and I am going to go to analysis. Let's see where that is here. Oh, nope, I'm going to go to not the edit, but the analysis tab, analysis. I'm going to let the inspector go. Come in there, and you can see it points out a bunch of holes. And then I am going to do with a smooth fill, auto repair all, and we're going to see how that goes. This could take a long time. If it takes, 10 minutes, it's going to have a bunch. But it's just going in there and it's working at it. It's going to try to do most of your work of filling it for you. So obviously you can see the hair confused it. Its face is, perfectly fine in here, but where it got confused was up here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hit done, and then I'm going to go take a look at what it did. Oh boy, nightmare. So that is not good. That did not fill very well. So I'm going to technique number 2. And I'm going to pause for a second as I get myself together, but I'm going to hit Control Z to undo that last step. And you can see it's taking a little while. It's thinking here. But as this goes, I'm going to pause for a second, and I'm going to end up using a bridge make solid technique. I'll pause as it thinks. Okay, I'm back here. I got a solution. So traditionally, small holes are best filled with inspector, and then changing that to smooth fill, and then auto repair all, but we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to go to edit and go to make solid. We're going to give that a shot. I think that's going to work. Hey guys, you got 3 minutes. All right. Now, so make solid actually did the job pretty well. And I'm going to go ahead and hit accept. Go ahead and let's see. I'll close this. All right. So now I have Michael's head here, and I'm going to put it onto an object. So my next step is I'm going to hit save. Let's see where am I saving at? File, save. All right. So I'm going to save it in my Google Drive. I'm going to create a folder. Let's see. Scandy uploads. I'm going to create a new folder. And that'll be projects. there, and that's where I'm going to save it. Please notice that I'm saving it on my Google Drive. Oops. Michael Jenkins. Save. Okay, so now this is saved, and I'm going to go ahead and stop here. And my next video, I'm going to pick up and bring something in from Thingiverse.